Good morning. Anand Commerce College, Anand, Ramakrishna Shyam under managed by PYB.Com, English medium. COVID-19 affected the university side online teaching. Here, PYB.Com students economics paper 5 business economics subject name paper code UB05 GCOM21 total credit 3 base subject to 4 unit and all units weightage 25. Remember all students to change a TYB.com semester 5 economics subject syllabus. We are not to use old note and here in a new syllabus available our net and here presentation. The first unit national income of India. Second, India's foreign trade. Third, inequality and concentration of economic power. And fourth, human resource and economic development. This subject, a reference book to Indian economy, Gaurav Dutt and Ashwini Mahajan, H.N. publication. Indian economy, V.K. Puri and S.K. Misra, Himalaya publication. Indian economy, A.N. Agrawal, New Age International publication. Indian economy, Dutt and Sundaram, H.N. publication. Indian economy, KPM, student, H.N. publication. All book available our library and net. So here syllabus is unit by unit wise. Main point, the national income first unit, national income of India. The here main point, the national income estimates in India. The here we are remember not to meaning or concept to national income, but here how to calculate, how to estimate to a national income. This is the main focus. Here the national income estimates in India in pre-independent and post-independent time. The two time to economics to calculate how is to calculate national income is the main point. Second point, the trend in national income growth and structure. Here, the national income's growth one by 1 year or every 5 years to how is to increases our national income and what types of structure in a plan by plan or in recent beginning period to now. Here, the trend in national income and growth structure. Third, the national income estimate based on a new year. So here we are remember, as we are know to a year by year to calculate national income. So here to change of the new series. This is the base year. So here to new and the new the series. This is the remember understand. So here the national income estimate based on a new series. And the last point, the limitation of national income estimate in India. Then we have to easily know that what is limitation to calculate the national income. Here the main, the first unit is N, the main point. Second, the India's foreign trade. The importance of foreign trade for a developing economy. So we are know what is developing economy. And we are developing economy. So India's foreign trade is what is importance of foreign trade. So this is the important point. Second, foreign trade after new economic policy. Whenever we are to start a foreign trade, and then after the 1 by 1 year, we are to implement a new economic policy. But here, the new economic policy is the change of the foreign trade policy. Yeah. Third, the composition of India's foreign trade. The which types commodity we are to import and we are to export. This is the more important in the composition of India's foreign trade. And direction of India's foreign trade. The which countries have our foreign trade is import or export to join. This is the direction of India's foreign trade. So here the India's foreign trade is a very simple subject and we are easily. But data is more important. The all subject, all unit, other data is possible and we are to add a new data. Third unit, inequality and concentration of economic power. The growth of monopolies and the concentration of economic power in India. The way, whenever too many production unit to set in a monopolist condition, which is the main point, and concentration of economic power in India. The which type the economic power set in India. This is the main point. The growth and inequality. Here, main point, the what is growth and what is inequality is the more important. This is the more critical problem. Every country or every nation has a main problem: growth and inequality. And third, growth of Indian middle classes. Here, the more important, and today this is the problem is more critical. The growth of Indian middle class. What is middle class or which types of people to add a middle classes? That's the more important. And the last point, Indian multinational corporation. This is the merger and the acquisition. This is the third unit here to end. And the last, the human resource and economic development. The human resource means the population, the size and growth of population in India. Simple point, the size. The which type the population to increases. The which type, what is reason to increases or this is the quantity. Is what type of quantity year by year to increases. This is the size and growth of population in India. And second, urbanization and economic growth in India. The day by day to in a small city, the big city, municipality is the metropolis city. This type established. This is the urbanization and economic growth in India. The type the economic growth is the increase or decrease. This is the economic growth. Is this point and the quality of the population. The which type the population's quality. The more important in the quality in every nation. The Professor Adam Smith said the population is the asset. Here, the which type of quality of population to the more supported to country or nation. This is the quality is important. This is the point added. And progress of human development in India. The which type of the progress in Indian people. Here, the main point is the cover this the syllabus. So we are start our our unit. The first unit is to be the national income of India. Here, national income in India. We are know what is national income. Here, what is GDP? What is NNP? We are easily knowing to in a national income. So here, the estimate in India the national income. Uh, According to the National Income Committee, a national income estimate measure of volume of commodities and services turned out during a given period, counted without duplication. Thus, a total of national income measure the flow of goods and services in an economy. National income is a flow and not a stock. We are know the concept of the national income here. A concentrate with national wealth with measure the stock of the commodity held by the nationals of the country at a point of time. National income measure the productive power of an economy in a given period to turn out goods and services for the satisfaction of human wants. The pre-independence period estimates the several estimates of national income were prepared in the British period. Notable among the estimator were Dadabhai Nauroji, 1868, William Bigby, 1899, Findlay Shiraz, 1911, 1922, and 1931. Shah and Kambatta, 1921. V.K. R.V. Rao, 1925 to 29, and 1931 to 32. And the last, R.C. Desai, 1931 to 40. These economists to estimate the national income in pre-independence. In the pre-independence estimates, Dadabhai Nauroji, Shah, Khambata, Prince Siraj, Wadia, and Joshi estimated the value of the output of the agricultural sector and then added to certain percentage as the income of the national of the non-agricultural sectors. The assumption of most of these estimates were the arbitrary and hence devoid of the scientific basis. Dr. V.K. Rao made use of the combination of census of output and census of income method. She divided the economy of India into two categories. In the first category, where include agriculture, pasture, mines, forests, fishing, and hunting. Output method was to be used to evaluate the product derived from this sector. In the second category, where include industry, trade, transport, public services, and administration, professionals, liberals, art, and domestic services. For these occupation, census of income method was used to these two subtotals was added the income from houses property and other items which could not be covered under the above categories. From the gross aggregate income so obtained were calculated the value of goods and services consumed in the process of production by the edit, adding the net income earned from abroad. An estimate of national income was computed. Most of Most of these estimates were result of the effort of individuals and such they suffered from serious limitation. The arbitrary assumption of the authors undermine the reliability of the estimates. Besides, these estimates were based on statistics from the agriculture sector, which were highly and undependable. J.R. Hicks, M. Mukherjee, and S.K. Ghosh calculated the rate of growth of per capita income for the period 1860 and 1945 at 1970-71 prices. Their findings are as under presented. The table, this table present this table present growth rate of per capita income during 1960 to 1950. The time period, the rate of growth. The here time 18 to 60 to 18 to 85 is a 25 years. The rate of 1.1. This rate is pre-independence. Second, 18 to 85 to 95 minus 0.3. Here 20 years, the per capita income is negative and 0.3. 1905 to 1925, the next 2 decades or 20 years, 1.3% to the growth rate. And 1925 to 1915, 25 year, 2.5 decade to in a negative 0.1 rate. And 1860 to 1945, the here 0.5. This growth rate to present to pre-independence period to not to increases a national income, or this period is a British rule, and the growth rate is stagnation, a long period. Professor Hicks and others conclude the low growth rate during the pre-independence year seems to owe its origin to the decline in per capita income between 1885 to 1905 and between 1925 and 1950. Occasional periods of stagnation are noticeable. For instance, the period 1860 to 1865 and 1930 to 1935 and 1945 to 1951, etc. Here, all students to remember this data is available there and every book. This is the past data, not the future data. We are remember we are to given an exam or not. Here to correctly present this data, not because data is a wrong and totally foolish data. Here we are remember most to in a we are to present data to very clear here and this data. Okay, again, post independence period estimate. Whenever India to a beginning planning period or to start a 5-year plan scheme, when the calculate the national income here soon after independence, the government of India appointed the National Income Committee in August 1949 so as to complain authori- authoritative estimate of national income. The committee consisted of Professor P.C. Mahalanobis, Professor D.R. Gadgil, and Professor V.K.R.V. Rao. The final report of National Income Committee appeared in 1954. The report was a landmark in the history of country because for the first time it provided comprehensive data of national income for the whole of India. The principal feature of the National Income Committee report, whereas under their first during 1950-51, agriculture was which also in which also include animal husbandry, forestry, and fisheries contributed nearby half of the national income. Second, the mining, manufacturing, and hand trades contributed about one-sixth of the total income. Third, commerce, transport, and communication accounted for a little more than one-sixth of the total nation income. Third, other services such as professional profession and liberal art, administrative services, domestic services, house property accounted for about 15% of national income. 5. The share of commodity production was about two-thirds of national income. The term commodity production include the material production derived from agriculture, mining, factory, establishment, hand trader, etc. Is the more important two-thirds to the nation product that time. Next, services accounted for about one-third of the total national income. Service sector include commerce, transports, and communication, administrative services, liberal arts, domestic services, etc. Here, to not in the more share to a national income to in a services sector that time. Next, the share of the government sector in net domestic product was 7.6% in 1950-51. Along with it, the share of the government in national expenditure was 8.2%. So here, the expenditure is high, but in national product is low. This situation that time. Next, the margin of the error in the calculation of the national income estimate work out about 10%. This situation in the after the post-independence situation. Here, the national income to estimated this the economics that type, this type National Income Committee and Central Statistical Organization estimates the what is condition which is to calculate to committee the national income. Here for the post-independence period, we have five series in the national income estimate. The first series, the conventional series. This series provided national income data in current prices and at 1948-49 prices for the period 1948-49 to 1964-65. Here, the current prices when we have to estimated to implement at that time which years which years base, and that time the current prices is what this we have to compare any other years, and the national income increase or decrease of the which institution the national income. This is calculated here the conventional series, not to in a restricted but to in a very easily to which is to calculate or which is to estimate national income. This the conventional series divided the economy into 13 sectors. Income from six sectors, for example, agriculture, animal husbandry, forestry, fishery, mining, and factory establishment in calculated by the output method and income from the remaining seven sectors. For example, small enterprises, organization banking and insurance, commerce and transport professionals, liberal arts and domestic services, public authority, houses property, and the rest of the world in computed by census of income method. Second, the net output method. In agriculture, the output is crop is estimated by the multiplying the area shown by the yielding per hectare. For obtaining the average yield crop cutting experiments were conducted from the gross value of output to obtain deduction for the cost of the seed, manufacture and fertilizer, markets, charges, repair and depreciation are made so as to derive net value of the product from agriculture. The we are know net output method means the total output minus depreciation is equal to net output method. This system to implement here. For animal husbandry, forestry, fishery, mining, and factory establishment, estimate of production are the multiplied with the market price. So as to obtain the gross value of the output. From the gross value of output, deduction are made for cost of material used in the process of production and depreciation charges, etc., to obtain net value added to each sector. And next, net income method. Here, same situation. Total income minus depreciation or any other cost to minus and then after to remaining. This is the net income method. In order to obtain the contribution of small enterprises and estimate for the total number of workers employed in different occupations classified under small enterprises in prepared on the basis of, simple survey, the average earning per head are obtained by the multiplying the total number of persons employed with the average earning per head. The contribution of the small enterprises is estimated to provide for factor payment other than wages and salaries. An additional of 20% of the money earning is made. For banking and insurance, the balance sheet of the firm provided the requisite information, wages, salaries, directors' fees, and dividends, distributed and undistributed, are all added to get the net contribution of the sector. For commerce and transport and for professions, liberal arts and domestic services, the productive is the same as for small enterprises. For public sector, wages, salary, pension, other benefit, dividends or surplus, etc. are added up to arrive at the contribution of the public sector. To this is add the contribution of government construction, and this give the total contribution of the public sector. The contribution of house property to national income is worked by estimating the imputed net rental of all houses, urban and rural. An examination of the sector-wise estimate indicate that only about 60% of the estimate of the NDP for a particular year depends on direct information relating to that year. The estimate of the remaining 40% in obtained, according to late Professor V.K. R.V. Rao, through indirect approaches involving interpolation of benchmark information by adding up the contribution of all sectors to national income. An estimate of the net domestic product at factor cost is obtained. To this is added the net income from abroad and net indirect taxes to arrive at the estimate of net national income at current prices. This estimate is defeated at the prices of base year chosen to obtain a series of national income at constant prices. Second, the national income series at 1960-61 prices. This series provided national income data at current period and at 1960-61 prices for the period 1960-61 to 1975-76. Another series was started with 1970-71 as base year instead of 1960-61. Estimates based on different base year indicate the difference in magnitude even when they are reflected at constant prices either at 1948-49 or 1960-61 or 1970-71 prices. This is due to differences in weight used for the series. The Central Statistical Organization brought out another series, a national income, with 1980-81 as base year in place of the series with 1970-71 as the base year. Here, the first point to estimate of national income is to end.